Hi everyone, we're wearing the same clothes because we didn't think about this in advance, filmed it all in one day. We should all have like hoodies in the background we just throw on to pretend it's a different day. Anyway, today we're going to be doing a discussion about microtransactions and how they affect basically why we find them silly, the backlash that they have gotten, and is what is happening in Destiny a bad trend that we're about to start seeing in microtransactions. All that today on the PSG discussion thing. I'm Benny, that's Dylan, Houston, and Shank. It's an awkward fun. The idea of the topic was how silly microtransactions have gotten price-wise. And thank you, Hugh, for showing what you have spent on your microtransactions in your
You're
app
welcome.
But the reason I wanted to bring this up, the reason I was thinking about this is actually Apex Legends. Okay, so Apex Legends, they're running. So, yes, I also play that too. Okay, so whatever. They're running. Well, it's like a year anniversary, 2-year anniversary, it's some anniversary event right now. And I logged on, and they're trying to sell you skins. Bear in mind, Apex Legends is the most expensive. But what I find hilarious is when they go 33% off, which also lies into your Avengers Marketplace discussion.
Right. Similar person. It's 35% off for Avengers.
Yeah. And what I wanted to discuss is why, at what point, who set how much skins cost? Because like everyone's always like 33% off, 15% off. Buy this skin and we'll give you these 3 other skins for free. It's a 200% savings. It's a digital skin. Like, is there a clear cut? Skins will be $10, $15, $20. If there was, Apex wouldn't be the most expensive.
Right.
It is worth as much as people are willing to pay for them.
And it is a good amount of money that people are worth spending. Benny.
It's just like the thing that I feel like, and this is kind of depressing because it's just, you know, it's a thing in the past now, but I really enjoy Overwatch's like skin business model. Which that's a interesting phrase.
I used to 100% be on like, yes, Overwatch is a great idea. It's a good way to do it.
I think it's because it's, you know, you play it enough and you get loot boxes and you have the chance to get basically any skin in the base game and stuff that comes out during events, and you can buy more loot boxes to speed up the process. But over time, and it wasn't this way at the beginning, but now it's this way, over time you'll start to get duplicates out of those loot boxes. But you get coins that you can then go back and buy the skins that you really, really want out of loot boxes, just for the duplicates or the coins that you get out of them. So it's just this good feedback loop of like, you really never need to put money into the game to get that stuff, where in like a game like Avengers, for instance, you can play the game and technically get the paid currency, but there's always a ceiling on it, and it's usually pretty difficult to attain that currency. So that's kind of the way that it is for like most games nowadays. Where like Apex, I remember when I was playing Apex, like it was like nearly impossible to get the paid currency without actually paying for it.
It still is. Yeah, it's still super rough.
Like at least with Avengers, like if you do the math, Avengers I like because if you buy a battle pass for a character like Hawkeye or Kate, and the 6 main characters who come with the game, you get their battle pass for free. But you make that price up and then some. So you get like 1,400 of the paid currency when the battle pass costs 1,000. So you end up, once you complete it, making profit on that. And like, you know, making your cost back, which I think is cool, and it really make that very clear that that's what's happening. But and also on top of that, the skins are way too expensive.
That's what I was gonna say. I think skins in general have gotten to the point where companies are slowly but surely, like it used to be like $10 you buy a skin in your favorite game, and a lot of games would come out and I'd be like, well, I'm going to support this model because I don't want them to bring back loot crates because that was a terrible model. I don't want pay to win. If you're making your money off a skin, I'll support the skin. But then skins kind of became $15, and then they became $20, and I think some of the ones at Apex are like $30. Like that's half a normal game.
Another thing games do is they stagger how much stuff costs. So with Destiny, I notice this happens a lot. It's 1,500 silver to buy your skin, and you can only get it in either 2,000 or 1,000.
Oh yeah, they want you to have
Oh,
that
yeah.
extra.
So you have to buy extra. So then you have 500 just sitting there. So when the next skin comes out, you're not able to purchase what it is you want without buying more.
Games like Destiny and that, I don't understand the skin model as much. Whereas in Apex, I didn't pay a dime for that game. I can just get on and play without buying it.
You don't think we like fashion in Destiny?
Well, you
It's
do
like
like fashion in Destiny.
half
I
the in-game.
understand that. But
That's why
now
they're charging us for transmog.
you paid $60 for your game, right? When it first
Yeah.
came out.
In
And now
2017.
no, hear me out, Shag.
But you still did, Shake. There was
You
an
still
Eververse
bought
then.
it. And now there's Eververse, and you're giving, hey, here's some more money. I want that skin. Like, here's $20, like you said, for a skin in a game I paid $60 for.
Right.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I feel about Avengers too. Is
Yeah.
like, you know, you pay $60 for Avengers. You could pay like $5 for it now probably, but
It's the
at
double
launch,
dip
you-
model. I don't like that. I don't like buying
that's what
a
I'm trying
game.
to say.
Why do you accept that Final Fantasy 14 can have transmog?
Oh, I don't.
that You can buy.
I don't accept
Yeah,
the Mog Station
That's the,
stuff.
it's the same. It's the same.
it's the
It's the
same
same
model.
issue.
It's not an issue though. They're live service games where
It's
they're
not an
continuing to
issue.
put out content for you. It costs.
But then why
money
isn't
to
the
keep
game free?
up.
That's the thing. That's what he's saying.
Then
If-
why
if
am I
it-
paying for the
it is.
expansion? No, it's not.
No.
The expansions are not free. The seasons are not
Destiny's
free.
Destiny's free is not free. That's a bullshit free. It's not free. That's like Final Fantasy being like, the free game makes it so you can't play with any of your friends. You're like, that's not fucking free. Sorry, I got a sense to that.
Oh, we're way past that.
'Cause
YouTube's
technically-
lightening up now.
Technically, you could play Final Fantasy 14 for free up to Heavensward. Get to level 60. But that's still not free because you got to pay to do the rest.
Right, you can't play with your friends.
And I think like I'm fine with like double dipping, assuming the cosmetics are a reasonable price. Like I shouldn't have to pay more than $5 for one single cosmetic. That's like
right.
$14 for one legendary skin that doesn't come with like any customization options or anything other than the skin itself is ridiculous. And it, like I don't that's what, like a fourth of the cost of the actual full game.
and I'm fine with a double dipping if they do it far enough out. My biggest problem with the way Destiny does it is because 14 doesn't do the Mog Station back to back like that. Normally, the Mog Station updates will tie into the latest patch. Eververse will tie into an event. Okay, we got Guardian games. So, yes, you can give me things to buy because Guardian games is free content. But when I have to buy the content, then, like, that's my biggest issue with Avengers. I like Avengers, but I don't feel like we've gotten enough free content. Well, maybe at this point now with Future Imperfect and all that stuff. But early on, where they were just cycling out store stuff for like 4 months with no update, it was like, you're just selling me stuff and you haven't fixed the base game I bought yet. Like,
Right.
like Destiny at
That
this point,
I
the
have an issue
2017
with.
game, 2017 game, every year I could drop $60 more and I'd probably feel fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's good. I don't. I spent a lot more on those costumes. You should see my emote collection, but
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not paying for the skins or the emotes or whatever's in the Eververse or like for any game. What you're paying for is the missions, the strikes, the seasonal content.
right.
You're purchasing two separate things.
And that's fine.
If they're doing,
And I actually should say their season pass in Destiny also gives you a full set of cosmetics that unlocks permanently.
It does. And that's fine.
So
that's
you're purchasing.
Totally fine.
That's what you're purchasing with that. What is it? $30 for the
you
season
are
pass.
such a Destiny defender.
No. I actually
disagree
think,
with it in
I actually think
Avengers,
the
too.
Eververse is way overpriced.
That's what.
Well,
That's the
and so,
problem.
Ty,
That's
actually-
what I'm saying, Shank. I'm
In the
not
pr-
saying it's bad. It's why am I paying $30 more to look like this? Oh, I'm shiny now. That's as
Why
much as
are
I
you
paid for the
paying
season
$30 more
pass.
to look like that in your app games?
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
You paid
because I didn't-
$400 in app
Shank,
games.
I didn't pay
Get
to
off your
download the.
horse.
I didn't pay to download the app game. And my app game gives me free updates every week.
Yeah.
Does
it's
Destiny
weekly.
give you a free
But you
update every
spent
week?
But you spent $400.
Yes, I did.
I
And-
spend maybe $15 a month if
And
I
that's
see
fine.
something I like.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not going to get through to you. I'm not even going to have this argument.
But I am going to
doesn't
say
matter.
the problem is we're now so the reason I wanted to talk about this and how funny so that, first off, they make up the price, which makes the sale useless. Things like Apex, everything is always on sale, so that is the base price. It's not a sale price if that's what it always is. Like, you have to sell it to me for the normal price before me to want it to be on marketing. Right. It's like we made the joke about Kohl's. Kohl's likes to do 50% off these pants. And you're like, hell yeah. And the next week it's like, buy one, get one free. So it's the same deal, basically. Like, and then the week after that, they're like, and now we're back to 50% off. I'm like, when are you going to sell it normal so that this actually means I need to buy it now?
But the promotion only applies if you buy $150 worth of stuff last week.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like, oh, I'm buying everything for half off, except I bought twice as much stuff, so I end up spending the same amount of money.
Yeah. And so that's what we're running into with like Apex, because it's always 33% off. Like I've never logged on to Apex and then been like 3,000 credits. Wait, where's the sale? Like I've never had that moment. It's always, well, it's on sale. I better get in on it while it's on sale.
And it's such like a tough thing to equate to real life sales with digital goods, is because the reason that there are a lot of like clearance and sales in like department stores and stuff is because they probably have a lot of inventory that didn't sell well, and now they're putting it at like massive markdowns because they just need to get it out of the store.
Yeah.
Or you know, it's a limited thing, and that could be false scarcity or something, which you can do with digital goods. But for the most part, when things go on sale, they're just going on sale because they either need money or they just want to incentivize people into buying things that they're not going anywhere anytime soon, unless the developer decides to make it a limited time thing, which creates false scarcity, which is another problem. But yeah, especially in a game like Avengers, the most recent sale that they're doing, they're putting sale prices on the skins that are always going to be there, not the limited time like featured skins that are only going to be there for a week, which like, okay, who's to say you won't just put these on sale in the future when they're always still there, or put them on even deeper sale like way down the line.
But I think microtransactions are now getting to the problem area. We see these kind of rotations happening multiple years. I was just saying how 10 years ago, every game was trying to become an esport. So we had battle royales, we had team shooters, we had hero shooters, all that stuff coming out. Now we're starting to go back to a lot of the co-op stuff. Back 4 Blood is coming out. Rainbow Six Quarantine is coming out. We've got the Overwatch 2, which is going to be all like Left 4 Dead style stuff. Everyone's going back to PvE. And I feel like we're once again getting into a problem with microtransactions because of Destiny. So we've gotten to a point where everyone seems to accept cosmetics as the way that a company can make additional money. You can get in, you don't have to get in, it doesn't matter. It's one of those ones you can opt in and out of. But now Destiny has been hyping up this ability to take any outfit you've collected in the entirety of the game and use it as a skin. A feature that is in World of Warcraft, it's in Final Fantasy XIV, it's in a lot of games. It's known as transmog, it's known as glamour, it's known as various other things. But Destiny's trying something a little different because they need their money. They got to double dip. So every season, you can do that with 4 outfits. And then after that, it's $15 to do it once. Yeah.
$15?
Yeah, it is.
The first season, I'm going to fix this because it's worse than what you said. The first season, you can do it with
Even
4
better.
outfits. Every season after that, it's 2.
Oh, so I was right about the 2. It's just they're doing the first one's 4. So
the first one's 4.
So you can basically do 2 outfits a season with a little bit extra in the beginning, and then if you want to do any more that season, they're charging you to do transmog/glamour, a feature that is literally considered a quality of life thing in every other game, is a free feature in every other game. It's not like they do it in Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Valhalla. It's just a free thing.
What you're telling me is it wasn't Activision this whole time.
Well, we've agreed on that one back at Shadowkeep.
Welcome back to 2019.
Yeah, well, we all realized, Activision was the problem. The fact that they're charging you for what is considered a quality of life fix because they're worried about losing money in the long run. That also plays into what my theory was the reason this has taken 4 seasons, maybe 5 to actually come out after they announced it is because they were trying to find a way to monetize it. And they did.
I think like the problem with stuff like that, and that kind of stuff has always bothered me, because that's something like in Star Wars: The Old Republic, you have to be subscribed to remove your helmet to like have the option to not display your helmet, which is just...
I hated their sub model. That's why I stopped playing.
Fair.
Yeah.
it's like stuff like that is a mess, and it's just like a problem with the developer. Like you have to incentivize it in the correct way. Like I think the most famous example of this is with World of Warcraft when they introduced what is like now commonly known in MMOs as rested XP.
Yeah.
Where if you sit in a tavern and you log out, you'll make double XP when you log in for however long you were out. That
It's a
used to
catch-up
be,
mechanic, yeah.
Yeah, but it used before they turned it into that, it was if you it was the opposite basically, where you would not make as much XP unless you were playing like every single day. So they flipped it on its head and incentivized just logging in every day as opposed to just having to play unless you're going to get penalized for not playing every day. Instead, if you come in, they flipped it. I'm explaining it badly, but the point is, it's the difference between like making players pay for something that they feel like they already have, like putting something behind a paywall, versus like paying for a new thing.
Yeah.
Like a skin or a cosmetic, where in this it just feels like a box that you're ticking on and off, and now you have to pay to tick that box on and off, which
it's
is
even
dumb.
worse because it's like they're giving us a taster. See how cool it is to take your favorite armor, put it on. Oh, but you didn't do the set you wanted, so now you got to pay.
Right, but here's the thing: they could still monetize this and not put an artificial limit on it. The way you do it is you make it cost more in-game currency the more times you do it.
Yeah, and
that's fine.
Then
yeah.
if you just want to like grind the game, you could eventually get everything you want. It's just going to take a lot of effort that most people aren't going to want to put into it. Or you can speed it up by microtransactions. I don't like the hard...
It gets even worse. We forgot to mention this part because it ties into exactly what you're saying. To get the free ones, you have to grind. They don't just give you the free ones. You have to grind if you want them for free. The 2. So you can grind out 2 of them.
Oh, good.
Then you can pay. Or you can just pay right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And this has been an argument I've had about Destiny since it came out. They want to do all this stuff. The easiest way for them to monetize is just have a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
People hate monthly subscriptions, though.
But they don't.
No, I have a monthly subscription to 14 and haven't played that game in 2 years.
I have
really
no
should log
problem
on.
with paying $15 a month for this game. Now,
You
look at this.
don't,
I
but
can
you
have...
also spend $400 on app games.
You're never gonna live
I
that down. You never
It's
admit.
done.
We never admit
It's
when we spend it
done.
at kids. We never admit it.
I could care less.
I'm not
They
going
can
down.
let me
I'd
have
like to
that. They could give you as much shit as they want. I don't care.
No, I'm not giving you shit for it. I'm just illustrating that you are the type of consumer who is more okay with spending money on games that you see value in. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times nowadays people are starting to get like subscription fatigue because they're already paying for like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. Now they have to pay for Final Fantasy 14, Destiny, Overwatch, like a billion other
they
things.
shouldn't play live service games.
Sure,
Because
but I
that's,
think it's
you know,
people can more easily stomach the idea of a transaction where you are physically getting something in return, as opposed to paying a monthly fee for access to a game and not much other than that. Because it's just like, you know, you pay to walk into a store and then not buy anything and you can leave, or you pay and immediately get something. And I think that's the difference in like why people aren't like super cool with sub fees.
I agree with you in the sub situation because the sub model is based on the idea that you're going to forget you subbed. Like, I've gotten in arguments with people like, I don't like subs because I forget they exist, and then it becomes an argument of like, it's called having a list of what you subbed to. Why are you just subbing and forgetting it exists? Like, that's a totally separate argument. But I agree with that because the sub model is based on the idea that you're going to be a shank and you're going to forget you subbed to 14 until
forget.
Well, I say until it dings your account and you go, shit, I should cancel that, and then you don't. I have been subbed to World of Warcraft for years at a time that I'm not playing. Right now I'm not, but I have been for the exact same thing because it was
You always tell yourself, you lie to yourself that you're going to go back and
yeah,
play.
you're like,
That's
oh,
the
what
issue.
if I log back on next week? And I have another month. I've already paid, so I could just cancel it like at the beginning of next month. And if I don't play, and then it dings, you're like, what if I play again? You know, and that's why people are tired of subs. Because I mean, I'm still subbed to Shudder, which Natalie and I love, but I don't. It's just slow content, so we don't do much with it. And I probably would have turned it off and watched all the movies when they come out. You know?
The irony is that I see season passes as a way to get a subscription fee without telling people they're doing a subscription fee.
Yep.
Okay, so it's $10 a season to Destiny. They're around for 3 months apiece. That means that your sub to actually be able to play the game currently is $3 a month. They're not telling you that.
Oh yeah, no, and that's what I tell a lot of people. Like, oh well, this game doesn't have a sub. I'm like, did you buy the season pass? Yeah, you bought it. You bought the sub. You know what I mean? It's like Fortnite now has a sub. That comes with the battle pass. You could straight up buy the battle pass in Fortnite, but for $5 more, you could just get a part of the sub, and they'll give you free V-Bucks.
Yeah.
So like,
it's
I
all
signed
about
up for
how you market it.
Yeah, so I signed up for the subscription because like I play Fortnite at least once a week. I do the battle pass every season, and now you're giving me free skins and free V-Bucks on top of that. Whatever, fine, I'll just do the sub instead of, just getting the battle pass and feel like I wasted money. So the people are trying to figure out different models for this. I get a feeling if the Fortnite sub works out, we're going to see a lot of games start doing that again. Like you'll see a Destiny sub, $15 a month, and here's some free silver and that kind of thing.
I think it can definitely work. It just depends on how you market it and what you're giving the player with the subscription. Because if the subscription is just you pay this amount of money and you get access to the game, then that's a thing of the past. Nobody's gonna want to do that because it's just like, why are you give me something other than access to the game, which I know that's the thing, but it's the difference, like I said earlier, of people want to feel like they're actually getting something for their money, and that's hard to do when you're paying for digital goods, especially in a world where we are so concerned with DRM and stuff. It becomes concerning when you're paying for access to a game and there's no free model of it, or if there is a free model, it's like you said with Destiny, it's really not a free model. You can technically play it, but really you can't.
I hate that free model where they're like, you could do it, but you really can't do any of the stuff your friends are doing. Now, if your friends want to get to your level, it's fine, but
right, you can play the game, but only to a certain point, and you really can't experience the game how it's meant to be played. And that's not that's just kind of not what people want to do. That's not what I would want to do. I would I'm cool paying a subscription fee if I feel like it's worth it, and I think most of the time nowadays, I would rather pay a microtransaction for a cosmetic to support a game rather than pay a monthly subscription to support the game.
You also pointed the wrong way for me and Shank.
No, on my screen.
Yeah, that's because when I point to you, it's pointing that way.
Yeah.
That's really the correct way.
Wait, is it?
I'm pointing to you. Yeah, this is you.
No,
on my
Houston,
screen.
you're
there.
pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, that's Dylan.
Okay.
Not on mine, I'm not.
That's the thing, is it only matters on what's on my end.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed
There
the
you go.
outro, because that Dylan, you better put that part in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's discussion. If you want more discussions separated from the traditional PSG podcast and the traditional PSG news, which will be going out on Friday, make sure you check back and let us know other topics you want to see the four of us boneheads talking about. And don't forget, starting next week, we're going to begin our giveaway, so make sure you check out all of our content to figure out how you too can win a $20 Steam gift card, a $20 V-Bucks, or a $20 PlayStation card. And also keep in mind, since this channel is so small, you got a real good chance of winning. There's 3 people that watch this stuff.
True.
And 2 of them are Houston and Jake.
Heck yeah.
So good luck beating us.
Don't forget to check out our socials at PSG, and we'll see you next time right here.